Righty then, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday. That means there's only one thing to do today, and that is preview what's going to happen this weekend. Manchester United back in action after a disappointing performance, but an all-right result. I think it would be fair to say in Madrid earlier in the week. This weekend, we have got Watford. Where are Watford, Steve? Watford are 19th in the table, second from bottom. They've won only one of their last 14 games. They did beat us 4-1, though, in the reverse fixture. That's not good, is it? But it's what happened. Under Roy Hodgson, who is their manager today, at least, while I'm recording this, that could change, because you know what Watford are like. Under Roy Hodgson, they've pretty much gone with the standard 4-3-3 formation, slightly different to what Ranieri was using with them previously. And it seems to be... It's weird seeing Hodgson play this, because Hodgson started coaching in the 70s, the decade before I was born, and I'm nearly 40. That's how long Roy Hodgson's been coaching. So you very much associate a 4-4-2 with him. Currently, you associate a 4-4-2 with him. But yeah, he has been a fairly revolutionary manager throughout his career. Obviously, what he did with the Swiss team and what he did at Inter Milan, he was known for having a back three, both of those places, and was at one point probably seen as a real innovator. Now he's like the oldest manager in the world, isn't he, I think? Or it certainly feels like he is. But one of the reasons that you associate 4-4-2 with Roy Hodgson is he's a big fan of pairs, partners, and he loves to have pairs all over the field. Obviously, your two centre-halves partnering each other, that's a pretty common thing for a lot of teams. Your left back supporting your left winger and the right back doing the same on the right, overlapping when the chance presents itself. Two central midfielders kind of covering each other, working in tandem, and then obviously a pair up front, your big man, small man partnership, or something of that sort of effect, feeding off each other. And that was one of the strengths of 4-4-2, is that it was a team of units. And quite often a team of units, but small individual units. You've got the right flank, the left flank, the centre, the core. Your strike partnership, all these sorts of things. But he's gone away from that in an attempt to try and turn around a wavering Watford side. Now, if there was any sort of evidence for the impact of a manager, it's showing you what goes on at Watford, isn't it? I mean, yeah. So when they're attacking, they like to try and utilize the channels. That's a very 4-4-2 sort of style of thing, but it is something they do because they have got pace in the forward line. And that's where they've been getting a lot of the joy that they've got going forward. Long balls into the channels, willing runners, enthusiasm, energy, and pace. Pace is the big one. And it's how they get up the pitch and relieve the pressure, but they also create a lot of opportunities. Dennis, Sarr, King, they're all good level of players that can hurt you and can cause you problems. And we saw just how dangerous that trio can be on their day last time we played them. Predicted 11, I think it'll be Foster, Firmino, Troost Ekong, Kabasele, Kamara, Cleverly, Kayambe, Sissoko, Sarr, King, and Dennis in that 4-3-3. That's what I think it's going to rock and roll like. Starman, Emmanuel Dennis. He's probably been like their one standout player in the Premier League this season. He's got respectable numbers certainly for a team that's struggling anyway. 14 goal involvements in 23 with 9 goals, 5 assists. He's electric. Lightning fast, really busy. A bit of an honest kind of player as well. A bit of an air of unpredictability about the guy, which is a massive asset, to be honest. Especially when you're in a team that's struggling. When you're a team that's struggling, invariably you're going to be sat on the edge of your own box. You're going to be seeing the opposition push right up to the halfway line. If you've got someone with the skill and ability of Emmanuel Dennis, who's unpredictable, who's got pace for days, capable of the spectacular, capable of beating anyone 1v1, really unpredictable sort of attacker, you're going to be looking to him as your main outlet and your main threat and your way of actually getting up the pitch a little bit. As a team, Watford have the third worst possession stats in the league with 41.5% possession. They do not play on the front foot. They also have the third worst pass completion with 72.4. That tells you what we were talking about a second ago in terms of that they go very direct. They're not looking to build up play in the slightest. They're looking to just fucking twat it and go, get up there, boy, get on the end of that. It is what it is. That's all they're looking to do. They've conceded 47 goals this season. Only Leeds and Norwich have conceded more. There's a reason why they're 19th in the table. It's not like, oh my, like when Brighton were like quite far down the table, but their XG was sick. Yeah, that's not the case with Watford. They've had only 2 clean sheets all season, which is less than any other team. Ben Foster's got the worst save percentage in the league of starting goalkeepers with 58.8%. Which coincidentally is actually better than Jan Oblak's. And they're a team of dribblers. Particularly that front three. They've attempted 481 dribbles this season, and only Wolves have attempted more with 488. So that tells you what they're going to do. They're gonna twat it long, and they're gonna one of those three pretty much does it solo from there, and it's basic. And I was gonna say, yeah, but do you know what? It works. Well, it don't work. They're getting relegated, so it don't work. How'd United beat them? Turn up and put in a 5 out of 10 performances. That's how you beat them. They're shit. But on a serious note, how do we beat them? Right, starting 11-wise, I go with a very similar 11 to what I went with against Atletico. And that would be Delo and Tellez, if Delo's alive, because he seems to be missing at the moment. I want to see Varane and Lindelof. Certainly because, again, the strengths of this team similar to what you was probably going to expect against Atletico, obviously with far less quality. They're going to let you move right up to the halfway line. They're going to let your centre-halves have possession, and I don't want Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw taking 47 touches before they pass it sideways 5 yards. For those of you, obviously watch 5 with 5, Rio had a story about how Roy Keane come and gripped him 2-3 sessions at United. He's still fresh off wearing the white suit and being announced. And he passed it sideways to either Gary Neville or back inside to the other centre-half. And Roy Keane gripped him. He's like, "Oi, you're not at fucking Leeds anymore. You're at Manchester United. Play the fucking ball into me. Play it forward." Probably with a lot more swearing, I imagine, with it being Roy Keane. But when I look at this United defence at the moment, and even Varane slipped into it a little bit, but we know he's capable of doing a lot more than that. They're just holding on to possession too much. No incisive passes, no line-breaking passes from the back line. So I want to see Lindelof and Varane brought in for that reason. And I thought Tellez was just such an obvious upgrade on Luke Shaw that, yeah, there you go. Let's reward a good performance with a start. In midfield, I'd go with Scotty McTominay again, much like we did in the league last week. I wouldn't have necessarily said we missed him, although you could make the case that we missed him against Atletico. I think we missed Matic, but Matic needs to take a month off now. He's played half an hour. So I'd go with McTominay, and I'd go with Pogba and Bruno. Pogba needs a better shift than he put in midweek. Looking for these to try and create something against what's going to be a pretty deep low block that they're going to be up against, and really tough sort of well-structured low block that we're going to be up against. And then Alanga. The kid's delivering. You can't drop that. Ronaldo, more than likely, and Sancho. That's my 11, and here's how you beat them. Don't concede. Shall we start there, shall we? You don't concede, and the attack will take care of itself. They haven't got the defensive capability to shut us out. We do have way too much attacking talent. I'm getting clipped up this weekend, Anna. And they just haven't been defensively solid all season. They do a lot of chopping and changing in their back line, which obviously doesn't help them. Our lack of clean sheets does slightly increase the pressure on our forwards to score more goals in games. If we can keep a clean sheet, if you keep a clean sheet, you're not losing the game anyway, are you? But if United can actually look like defensive stability is something that we've heard of at least before, this Watford team gives you a chance. If we're defensively solid, you're 3/4 of the way to winning this game because they give you such a chance. You got to exploit the fullbacks. That's why I'm thinking Alanga and Sancho. get up, get at them. They struggle to defend in the wide areas because they get stuck in between two minds. They want to be solid and secure in the centre, and individually they're not good enough to just go and muller someone out wide. So you're looking for width. That's why I went with Delo and Tellez. They're not particularly great defending crosses. So you want to get Cristiano Ronaldo in there, and I want to see Bruno and Pogba sort of crossing from that De Bruyne kind of territory in the half space just outside the box. They're just beatable. They're 19th in the table for a reason. You got to neutralise their wide players. We failed to do this last season, and that is something that I think McTominay can help with. He gets ground covered, and he can stop someone before he hits our back line. The two biggest threats in the team is Sarr and Dennis. Both have got pace. You've got to match that and neutralise them, but you can also stop it at source with a good press as well. Or if you're not stopping it, you're at least disrupting it and making sure it's a lower percentage pass that comes in because you put them under pressure while they're playing it. Watford's best chance of hurting us is literally just twat it and hope one of them can beat someone 1v1 and get a shot off, which will happen in the game, but you just got to hope that you neutralise it enough that it doesn't happen very often and we don't get caught by it. They can cause us problems in the transition because they literally just fucking punt it into space and let someone chase after it like a puppy. And that can be effective. It's not good football, but it can be effective. But here's the thing. If United just put half an effort in, we smash them. So I'm pretty confident of a United win tomorrow. It'd be nice to see a few goals go in to get some confidence up because we're probably going to need that going into March. We can't limp through this game. We've got to go in absolutely muller them, but I'm not overly confident. Listen, if you're in the area beforehand, if you go into the game or if you're not going to the game, then I'm asking you, we need you. Stretford Paddock FC kick off at 1 o'clock. So I'll be going from the Moston game to Old Trafford myself. Even if you left just after half time in our game, you'll make both. It's free entry. It's at Flixton Stadium, which is literally round the corner from Old Trafford. I'm going to give the first 10 people who say, "Oi, dickhead, I've come from fucking miles away, give me a scarf." The first 10 people to come to me on tomorrow morning before the game and ask for a scarf, I'll fucking give you one. This is the biggest game of our season. The league is this close. It's super fucking tight, but we want you guys to come and help us. As many fans down as possible. Bring a few, make a fucking racket. You can drink watching the game, which is something you're not going to be able to do at Old Trafford a little bit later on, but you can do both. Come watch us, come watch United afterwards. It's going to be a fucking mad one. It's going to be an absolute mad one. If we win this game, it puts us in a very, very strong position to be able to be champions. There's only 3 games left, 2 after this weekend. This game is as big as it gets. It's first place, second. There's only a point between us. It's going to be fucking epic. So come down. It'll be a great game of football. Like I said, it's free entry and it's at Flixton Stadium, which is right round the corner from Old Trafford.